Hi, everybody. Welcome to Upstream Ag Insights video overview for the June 21st edition of Upstream. My name is Shane Thomas, and I'm going to briefly highlight four of my favorite stories, and a few key points from within this week's edition of Upstream. So the first story I'm going to touch on is the BASF 2019 annual report, and we'll really start out with overviewing how their 10 billion USD sales numbers break out by geography, by segment, and compared to some of their competitors. And then go into some of their R&D pipeline, including patent comparison, R&D spending, and comparisons to the other big four crop protection and seed manufacturers. And then from there, talk about their initiatives towards outcome-based models, which we hear a lot about from Monsanto, or should say Climate Corporation and Bayer now. Talk a little bit about how those outcome-based models can actually mitigate risk for farmers, increase adoption of technology and products for farmers, but also work for these manufacturers in terms of tying together solutions and creating a closer relationship with that farmer. Another thing I found interesting was some of their sustainability initiatives that have started in cotton, which is a big thing when we start to look at the fashion industry. They talk a lot about sustainability, so interesting point there. And then actually highlight some of their venture portfolio, three companies in specific, in Vivi, Equinom, and Hummingbird Technologies. From there, I touch on my blog this week, and so I talked a little bit about virtual crop tours, and with COVID-19 this year really hindering our ability to do physical crop tours, I see an opportunity to be creative with these virtual tours, and I think simply running these like physical tours misses out on a significant opportunity to really build a brand, build a closer relationship and connection with farmers, but also to launch and really increase the understanding of what a product's capable of doing, what a seed variety is capable of doing, and really seeing the entirety of how that product's going to work in the future. And so I talk about different components that I find interesting with virtual crop tours. And so the first one is just the ability for organizations to get an increased amount of data about how farmers are engaging with these tours, how farmers are engaging with the content, what they're interested in, but then also into lead generation, retargeting from a marketing perspective, better understanding of the types of questions that are going to be asked and those sorts of things. I think there's a better opportunity to tell a more complete story about these products, whether it's visuals of emergence to the current state, modeling to showcase potential harvest dates and comparisons to other varieties or products, and even yield prediction within that. I think there's an opportunity to showcase drone imagery for different views, or even NDVI of these specific crops and trials, and really getting to see what these products are doing, what digital tools are doing, and create a more compelling story for those farmers, for those agronomists, and for those individuals that are participating in the virtual tour. I think the last part I touch on is just being able to create a buzz on social media, but within the industry as well, through social media and repurposed content. So I touch a little bit on that as well. And I think this is something that we will see more of in the future going into 2021, 2022, is not just plain virtual tours, but hybrids of how we integrate some of these digital tools and technologies and capabilities into physical tours so we can get the best of both worlds. Next, talk about my bearishness on drones over the last 4 or 5 years. I've been pretty bearish on drones due to their perceived lack of scalability, data processing challenges, things like that. I think I touch a little bit on my not necessarily giving Moore's law and human ingenuity enough credit to be able to make drones more viable for the future. And I think there's still some struggles with them, and I think they can be used as an ancillary component to some of these other more scalable technologies, satellites and larger sprayers. But I talk about why I'm a little bit more bullish on drones moving forward, from the data processing capabilities, the autonomy technology that's coming out, camera technology, and even regulations. And finally, I liked an announcement from FBN this week about how they're actually opening up their product pricing to non-members. So non-FBN members will actually be able to access the prices of FBN products. I think this is a pretty smart move for FBN from a lead generation perspective, widening that funnel. I do wonder a little bit about the timing being a little late for 2020, but I think overall it's a pretty good initiative. And I think it does tell us a little bit about FBN being confident that the staff can convert these individuals into members, but also increase the conversion into other products within their membership offering, whether that's in the insurance side of things, the grain side of things, carbon side of things. So I think there's some compelling initiative here from FBN that'll be interesting to see how it plays out from even a manufacturer impact in the future. And in this edition, I also touch on a number of other things from the Future of Ag Media. Have podcasts in there from Tim Hammerich's Future of Ag. Touch on SpaceX and their 5G satellite launches, Syngenta's new digital tool launch in Brazil, and even some news on blockchain traceable beer from Olds College in Canada. So some exciting things in this week's edition. I hope you'll check it out, and thanks for watching. Please visit upstreamaginsights.substack.com to see previous editions of Upstream Ag Insights and the current edition as well. Subscribe to be able to get this in your inbox on a weekly basis every single Sunday, and check out the YouTube account of Upstream Ag Insights for more highlights like this, but also some more specific pointed videos on specific topics in the future. So thanks for watching.